What's going on, guys? It's Elliot here from AdFeeder. We're back with another round of Web Wednesdays. Let's go. This week is filled to the brim with the latest bits and pieces from the world of cars and technology. And we start with yet another update from the world's second favourite social media platform, Instagram. They first introduced Reels in a bid to bring the fight to TikTok, which has proved extremely successful for the app, increasing engagement and popularity across the entire app. It was a bold move by Instagram to follow in TikTok's footsteps, but then TikTok moved the goalpost even further. They introduced 15, 30 and 60-second video options, as well as the massive chunky boy 3-minute video option. Lots were confused about this at first, and we've covered it many times in previous Web Wednesdays, but the integration of 3-minute videos for TikTok has worked extremely well. Thankfully, Instagram didn't follow them too closely. Instead, they brought out the option to release 60-second videos. This update also adds functionality for a caption sticker on Reels, which transcribes audio to text. Instagram previously teased this sticker for Reels when they added it to the stories, making the platform more accessible for deaf or hard of hearing users, as well as people who just want to use the app without sound. To be honest with you, we kind of expected Instagram to follow TikTok in the 60-second video option. As 30 seconds is a great time period, it actually limits a lot of creators, which then in turn makes them either rush the content or spread it out over 2 parts, where the engagement can then drop off. Elsewhere, Hyundai have been on a roll with their releases at the moment. From almost every aspect of the car world, whether it's pioneering electric power from the Ioniq or pure performance from the i30N, the Korean brand seems to be really finding its stride, both in the design and production point of view. And now they've released 2 new models. Say hello to the Kona N and the i20N, 2 sporty and stylish models that are guaranteed to put a smile on your face. This is seriously impressive work from Hyundai, making not only a car that looks smart, but also seems to have the build quality to back it up. We're seriously impressed, Hyundai.
The shape of the future comes into focus with the latest Citroen. At a unique demonstration before press and public at Kyalami, SA Mirror takes a look at a ballet on 3 wheels, the wheel and turn of a Citroen cavalcade that spells out safety.
But our main topic today is around the incredible story of one of France's most iconic cars, the Citroen DS. As now, a British EV conversion specialist known as Electrogenic has revealed what it claims to be the first professionally converted electric Citroen DS in the world. But let's go back in time for a moment though, and we'll go back to 1955 specifically. The Citroen DS well and truly stopped people in their tracks when the covers were pulled off at the Paris Motor Show. Quite simply, it was a real revelation. DS actually stands for Déesse, which is actually French for goddess, and it's pronounced DS, which could be an important thing to remember if you're ever at a dinner party discussing some of the most important cars of the last 100 years. I'm not sure if you ever would, but there we go. This Oxfordshire-based firm has fitted the 1971 saloon with its own Hyper 9 brushless electric motor in place of the original 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine, and has then paired it with a 48.5 kilowatt battery capable of around 140 miles of range. In turn, that motor produces 120 brake horsepower and 173 foot-pounds of torque. That's a significant improvement over the original engine's output. Power is sent to the front wheels through the original manual gearbox as well. But Electrogenic hasn't actually stopped there, and they've upgraded the DS's landmark self-leveling hydropneumatic suspension system, swapping the stock mechanical pump for a silent electric one. Very nice. We talk about this because it sparked quite a debate, as there seems to be so many classic cars now being converted into silent EVs. Many feel that the true fulfillment and often disappointment of owning a classic car is actually in its unpredictability. That misfire issue of a V8 or the idling issue of a 5-cylinder is exactly what makes owning a classic car fun. I guess. I'm not sure many people would actually agree with that, but still. On the flip side, the standard 2-litre engine wasn't exactly mind-blowing in the DS. It was actually pretty underwhelming, meaning replacing it with a fully electric motor actually works perfectly for a car like this. Naturally, the creators of the car would agree with us too, as co-founder Steve Drummond mentions that the aim was always to enhance the original characteristics of the car, and that the DS is ideally suited for an electric conversion, as the silent powertrain adds to the serene driving experience and fits perfectly with the character of the car. To be honest, we couldn't agree more. And love it or hate it, the Citroen DS really is a design icon. It got us thinking, is there any other classic cars that you feel would benefit perfectly from an electric engine? Those cars from back in the day where engines weren't exactly their strong point, or electrics were terrible on them, so is it worth replacing them out and putting a brand new fully electric engine in it? It extends the longevity of that car, and to most members of the public, as long as it looks like the original car, what difference does it make really? As always, a huge thank you for joining us this week, and stay tuned for next week's episode where we have a very special guest joining us. Take care, guys.